Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Tanel channel. My name is Tanel and today I am going to give my final verdict for this beautiful 40-inch Philips monitor, the BDM4037UW, which is a curved 40-inch screen. It looks pretty stunning and has 4K resolution. What exactly more does it have? How cost effective is it? Is it worth your money? That's what we're gonna try and find out in today's video here. So let's take a quick little peek at the monitor itself and then let's start talking about it. So yeah, Philips introduced me to this exact monitor a while ago and yeah, finally I have it here on my desk and 40 inches, I mean it's getting up there to my liking. As you can see, I have a huge 75-inch TV as my main screen for everyday work, and I do use a separate 27-inch screen for editing for proper colors. But yeah, I mean, I'm the guy who likes big screens, and the only negative thing about TVs at the moment has been the response time, which is it's pretty bad. It's like 30 milliseconds. I mean, it's livable, you'll get used to it in a minute or two, but you know, when are we gonna see monitors getting up to those 75-inch ranges? What will be the prices? Because the plus sides of monitors, of course, is the extra low response time. So I'd love a huge 75-inch TV to be with 4 to 8 milliseconds response time. I mean, it can be a TN panel, it can be an IPS or whatever panel. I just need a proper low response time huge TV or a huge monitor. So 40 inches is getting there, and I mean, the picture quality is crystal clear. I mean, 4K on 40 inches looks just absolutely incredible, and the monitor is not too small to use 4K, so for me 4K for 40 inches is pretty perfect, and it can get only better from there. So yeah, I mean, let's start talking a little bit about specifications also. So the Philips BDM4037UW comes with a curved VA panel, meaning a golden middle ground for your colors and responsiveness. The curvature rating on this panel is 3000R. It is a typical 60Hz 4K monitor and has a response time of 4 milliseconds. In terms of connectivity, this Philips monitor does come with 2 HDMIs, 2 DisplayPorts and yeah, a prehistoric VGA port. A bloody VGA port on a 2017 4K screen. I mean, who uses them? Anyway, we do also find a microphone and a headphone board, plus some 4 USB 3.0s, with one of them being a quick charge port. And of course, an USB upstream port to connect your PC to the monitor. Oh, and yeah, it also does come with small speakers built into it and has a joystick style controller for the monitor's menu navigation. The overall design is great, there is hardly anything bad to say here. Though coming in for a closer look does reveal that the casing is from plastic, which might turn some of you off, but let's be honest, we ain't gonna touch the monitor after moving it into its place. I do love the minimalistic base for the monitor, but I don't like the very limited stand for it. You cannot move the monitor up or down or left or right, other than turning the entire thing left or right. This might be a limiting factor for some people, but for me, this wasn't the real issue. So, come on, no height adjustment? Really? Other than the stand for the monitor, it is pretty great. I mean, it performs really well, has decent colors and response time, but I would have still preferred either a TN or an IPS type of panel, VA panels seem to be utterly pointless nowadays. Yeah, you get about 2 to 4 milliseconds better response time versus an IPS panel, but the color loss from not being an IPS panel is not worth the 2 to 4 milliseconds response time, which 90% of the people can't notice anyway. Also, I just wanna mention that this is a reflective LCD panel, and with the curvature it might get a bit tricky to work with at daytime. Now coming to the performance, how it works in real life situations, I mean, overall it is pretty perfect. It looks good, has a nice curvature to it, games look absolutely stunning on 4K on 40 inches. The only thing is that with 4K screens you need to still use 1080p in Windows, as most programs and web pages are built for that resolution. Going over it will make the text way too small and hard to see. You can use Windows to upscale everything, but I think it is better to enjoy a lower resolution than to start messing around with upscaling. Then again, you will always have all the benefits of 4K. The insane amount of pixels make this screen so crystal clear. It is stunning, even when using 1080p in Windows. Of course, you can use 1440p also, which is pretty fine, and when it's time to game, you can crank up the resolution up to 4K and enjoy the crispy, sharp textures this monitor offers thanks to 4K. One of the upsides this Philips BDM4037UW has is a picture-in-picture option. You can easily cut the screen to 2, 3 or 4 sources, meaning you can use up to 3 other devices from the HDMI DisplayPorts or VGA to have everything on screen at once. Might be pretty handy for some folks out there, and I really love this feature. This might be pretty handy for some folks out there, and I personally love this feature very much. Gaming and watching TV at the same time on the same monitor, awesome stuff. Of course, don't forget that 4K needs a beefy amount of horsepower, or GPU and CPU power in games to even use that resolution. So make sure if you are buying this for 4K gaming that you have a decent gaming PC already built at home, preferably a GTX 1080 and a Core i7 or AMD Ryzen 7 and up. Anyway, overall it is a pretty decent 4K curved screen. Great design, great amount of ports, picture-in-picture support, 4K, 40 inches and so on. Costing at around 500 euros here in Estonia and about $800 on Amazon, makes this one of the cheaper 40-inch models out there, but looking as good as one of the highest priced ones, and it has a curvature to it. So, in conclusion, I'm going to give the Philips BDM4037UW a strong 8 out of 10. The only downside for me personally is the stand for the monitor, which is really limited in functionality, and that it is just a 60Hz monitor. The 144Hz 4K screens are just around the corner, and for a gamer that is definitely a better way to go. But of course, you need money to do so also. And of course, I would have preferred an IPS or TN type of panel instead of VA. But yeah, for a 60Hz 40-inch 4K curved monitor, the pricing, design and overall performance is pretty decent. So yeah, that is going to conclude my quick little review for this 40-inch Philips monitor. I hope you guys liked it, I hope you learned something from this monitor. And yeah, playing around on it is pretty sweet, but yeah, as a gamer myself, I am looking forward to the 144Hz 4K screens. So yeah, I don't know if I would go with a 60Hz 4K screen anymore. But that's me personally. I mean, I have a bloody good computer to run 4K, so I could actually maybe hit that 144 FPS in 4K in games. But yeah, you're definitely gonna need some insane amount of power to run 4K over 144 Hz or 144 frames per second constantly in games. So yeah, keep that in mind. So 144 Hz 4K might sound really great, but after buying it you realize you're only hitting about 60 FPS anyway, so getting about 60 Hz of refresh rate out of it. Anyway, that's going to be it for my review here, and if you have any comments, any questions, then leave them down below, leave a like on this video, definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be seeing you soon in another video review or a gameplay video. And yeah, I recently did a Quake Champions gameplay video, so check that out, and I have some hardware reviews also here. So yeah, that's it from me right now. Gonna go watch Formula 1, which is starting in 5 minutes, the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm a huge fan of Lewis Hamilton, so I hope he wins, because he starts from P1 at the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Ciao for now.